The arena lights dimmed until the entire stadium fell into a tense silence, the kind of silence that drips with electricity, pressure, and destiny. On one side stood Floyd Mayweather Jr., the undefeated king, the master of defense, the man whose name echoed through boxing history like a reminder that perfection is possible. And on the other side, a storm. Conor McGregor, the Irish warrior who crossed an entire sport just to prove a point, that he could shock the world. His eyes burned with stubborn confidence, his walk radiating arrogance mixed with fearlessness. Nobody knew what was about to happen, but everyone felt that history was about to be written in chaos. As the fighters approached the ring, the cameras zoomed in. Mayweather's face was calm, unreadable, like he had already seen the future. McGregor smirked, bouncing lightly, pacing like a predator ready to break the cage. The crowd roared until the arena shook beneath their feet. When the bell finally rang, the entire world held its breath. McGregor attacked first, wild, unpredictable, unorthodox. His punches came at strange angles, awkward rhythms, the kind no boxer trains for. For the first time in years, Mayweather stayed cautious, reading, analyzing, absorbing information like a machine. McGregor's early success made the crowd erupt. Each punch carried the threat of an upset so massive it could shatter decades of boxing dominance. But Mayweather didn't blink. He rarely does. Behind the chaos, behind McGregor's aggression, behind the noise, the undefeated champion was downloading data. And as the round closed, both men returned to their corners, knowing one thing. This was not going to be ordinary. The stage was set. The tension was alive. The war had only begun. The second and third rounds erupted with even more intensity as McGregor refused to slow down. He pushed forward aggressively, unleashing combinations that looked nothing like traditional boxing. Elbows tucked awkwardly, punches whipping forward from strange angles, footwork breaking the rhythm Mayweather had spent 20 years mastering. The Irish fans screamed wildly, their chants shaking the rafters, believing they were watching Mayweather finally meet someone he couldn't control. McGregor's confidence grew with every landed punch. His smirk widened. He tapped Mayweather, taunted him, pointed at him, as if saying, "I'm not afraid of the king." But deep inside those brief moments of chaos, something else was happening. Mayweather was beginning to smother the fire. The defensive genius tightened his guard, his movements becoming smaller, more precise. Every time McGregor threw a wild shot, Mayweather saw it coming a split second earlier. Every time McGregor lunged, Mayweather slid just out of reach. Little adjustments, little shifts, little signals that the tide was preparing to turn. The crowd felt it, a silent tension creeping back into the arena. Midway through the third round, McGregor landed his cleanest shot of the fight, a straight left hand that snapped Mayweather's head back. For a brief moment, it felt like the impossible was about to happen. But Mayweather's expression didn't change. He didn't wobble. He didn't panic. He simply nodded, as if acknowledging a single truth. The test was real. As the rounds continued, McGregor's fast start began to slow. His arms got heavier. His breathing grew louder. The unorthodox angles began to lose sharpness. And Mayweather? He was just getting started. The predator waking up. By round 5, the entire fight felt different. The crowd sensed it. The commentators felt it. McGregor himself felt it, even if he didn't want to admit it. His punches, once fierce and unpredictable, now carried just a fraction less power. His movements, once explosive, now held a hint of hesitation. Meanwhile, Mayweather began to glide forward, like a hunter who had finally mapped his prey. Each jab landed cleaner. Each right hand found a home. Each slip became smoother. McGregor's early confidence began to fade as the reality of boxing's deeper science wrapped around him. Mayweather stepped inside McGregor's guard repeatedly, drilling short right hands that snapped the Irishman's head backward. The tempo changed, the sound of the punches changed, the rhythm of the fight changed. Every second, McGregor was losing pieces of himself: stamina, speed, timing. And Mayweather was gaining everything. McGregor tried to push forward again, tried to summon that early fire. But Mayweather smothered his momentum with body shots that drained the oxygen from his lungs. The master boxer was building the trap slowly, carefully, cruelly. The crowd roared when McGregor tried to rally at the end of the sixth, landing a few shots, raising his chin, shouting toward the audience as if begging them to keep believing. But Mayweather's eyes didn't leave him. Not for a second. The undefeated legend walked back to his corner with a tiny smile. The kind of smile that said, "He's breaking." And McGregor knew it too. The punches were becoming heavier. The ring felt smaller. Time felt shorter. The Irish warrior had the heart, but Mayweather had the blueprint. Rounds 7, 8, and 9 were nothing short of brutal. Mayweather pressed forward with cold precision, forcing McGregor backward for the first time all night. The Irishman tried to respond, but his punches had slowed, his legs stiffened, and the fire that carried him early had begun to dim. Mayweather smelled exhaustion like a shark smells blood. He fired combination after combination, short, sharp, accurate. McGregor's guard raised slower with each attack. His chin tilted higher, his shoulders slumped. The crowd began to shift from roaring excitement to nervous gasps. Every time Mayweather landed a clean right hand, McGregor stumbled just a little more. Sweat flew. His head snapped back. His balance wavered, but the Irish fighter refused to fall. He refused to quit. He threw punches even when his vision blurred, even when his arms felt like cement blocks. His heart was undeniable, but heart alone cannot stop an approaching storm. Mayweather unleashed a series of body shots that folded McGregor inward. He staggered backward, his legs betraying him. The referee watched closely now, too closely, and Mayweather, the master of timing, waited like a surgeon for the perfect moment. When he saw McGregor's guard drop for a fraction of a second, he struck. Boom. Right hand. Boom. Another. Boom. A left hook that nearly spun McGregor around. The arena exploded into noise as McGregor tumbled backward into the ropes, desperately trying to stay upright. His legs shook, his face twisted in pain. The warrior spirit burned, but the body was failing. The storm was too strong now. McGregor backed into the corner, breathing in sharp, desperate gasps as Mayweather advanced like a machine. The referee hovered beside them, ready to intervene. McGregor fired weak punches just to show he was still awake, still conscious, still fighting for pride. But Mayweather's shots were now landing with frightening accuracy. Right hand, left hook. McGregor stumbled sideways, nearly collapsing, trying to grab the ropes for stability. His legs were done, his energy gone, his chin exposed. The legend in front of him smelled the end. Mayweather launched the final barrage, a brutal sequence of punches that snapped McGregor's head repeatedly until the Irishman was no longer defending, just absorbing. The referee stepped between them instantly, waving his arms, shouting over the roar of the crowd. It was over. The world-famous crossover fight, finished by a TKO in round 10. Mayweather lifted his gloves, undefeated once more, 50-0, solidifying a career that may never be replicated. McGregor collapsed into the ropes, exhausted yet proud, beaten yet defiant. The crowd applauded him because he dared to do what others wouldn't even try. He crossed disciplines, he stepped into the lion's cage, and he fought with everything he had. As the dust settled, the camera captured the final scene. Mayweather and McGregor standing face to face, breathing heavily, nodding in mutual respect. Two warriors from two different worlds, sharing one unforgettable night. A night where McGregor showed heart and Mayweather reminded the world why perfection wears his name.